Oh shoot, we're gonna go. Okay, we're gonna have to squeeze in.
Okay, that's
Okay.
be close.
Hey everybody. This is Jen. I'm Jen Polson. Hop in the camera a little more, Hillary.
Hi everyone.
This is Hillary. I'm putting my lipstick on. Okay. All right. So today we're excited to be here. And I have to say, okay, Hillary is one of the amazing coaches on my team. And today is her birthday. So happy birthday to Hillary.
Thank you.
So cool. We're so excited to be here. And I asked Hillary to come and be here with me today. And we're like all cozy because, you know, the camera is all squished up. So anyway, I asked Hillary to be here today to help me talk about what energy work is. Because we get a lot of questions about what is energy work, how does it work, how do I know if it will work for me or if I need it. And then the biggest question that we get is like, how does God fit into it, or how does spirituality fit into energy work? And those are big questions for people. And I know when I first heard about energy work, it was a big question for me. Hi, Joey. Hi, Michelle. And so we're going to talk about that for a few minutes today. And hopefully, you know, if you have some questions as we go along, feel free to just type them up, and we'll keep track of your questions and try and answer them the best we can. And also remember that you can always go to the website, jenpolson.com, and request a call. And I will call you personally and answer any questions that you have. So we've heard about every question over the years, right?
Yep, yeah.
So no question will shock us.
Yeah, there's nothing off limits. We will share.
So cool. All right. So we're going to...
Thanks, Joey.
We're going to start...
Susan, thank you.
Susan. Okay. We're going to start with the question, what is energy work? So first I'm just going to explain, you know, something that science has discovered, so you know that it's just not Hillary and I making up our own stuff. But science has discovered that 95% of our outcomes are affected by our subconscious belief system. And that's huge, because our subconscious beliefs, we don't even know what they are.
Yeah,
they're
it's something we're not aware of, but yeah, it's crazy.
And my husband was reading a book a couple weeks ago, and he told me that in the book it said that most of our subconscious belief system is formed by age 5. So that's incredible.
Yeah, I know. It makes me think of those first 5 years of my life, like what happened that caused me to have also so much stuff to clear. Right. And for all of us too.
So our energy work is a process of just releasing those negative beliefs that are hidden, that are causing negative patterns in your life, and then replacing those beliefs with positive beliefs. And you're going to explain that a little bit more, right?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, in addition to, you know, identifying what those negative subconscious beliefs are and releasing those so we can, and then replacing and giving you positive beliefs, we're also, in a way, your natural state is one that's, I lost my train.
Divine.
Yeah, divine. And your natural state is someone, you're so much more capable and able to do things than you realize. And that's how you came here, but we just get weighed down by things that we experience in life. And what we're able to do in energy work is release those things that have weighed you down to allow you to rise back up to where you naturally are.
Awesome. Who doesn't want to feel better and feel like you're, you know, living your purpose, and you have a purpose, and you're out there helping the world and helping the people around you.
And the truth is that that's the truth for everyone, for each and every one of you that are on this call, for Jen and I, for everyone in this world. But so many of us, I would say, like most of the population, don't realize that at all. They're completely asleep to that because of just our subconscious beliefs the negative ones that have kept us stuck.
Right. Cool. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about, how do you know if you need energy work? Someone might tell you you might need energy work, but how would you really know that? And the first thing Hillary talked about this is waking up, like being conscious of what your thoughts are, looking at patterns. What kinds of things do you say to yourself? What's your head talk? Do you walk by the mirror and like slump and see all of your faults and then think about how, horrible, this is or that is? Hi, Christine. Hi, Pat. Or do you walk by the mirror like proud and happy, and do you smile at yourself? Like what's your pattern there? What else do you think?
Yeah, like kind of how do you feel about certain things in your life? Like how do you feel when it comes to money, managing money?
Making money.
Making money. Yeah, creating an income for yourself. Feeling, what are some other things like it? How do you feel about your health and the relationships you have in your life, both in your family and your friends, your coworkers? Just those relationships.
One of my favorite, thanks Christine, one of my favorite examples of hidden beliefs is like, do you guys know anybody that just like attracts the loser guy or attracts the loser girl or abusive, someone that just kind of keeps getting into those like negative relationships over and over again, looking for something better each time. So consciously, someone's not saying, oh, well, I want to attract someone who treats me like crap. That sounds really great to me. Like, no, nobody would think that. But when it happens, there's such a huge example. It's a perfect example of how those subconscious belief systems of I'm not worthy and deserving of love, or people, I'm not worthy and deserving of people's time and attention, or I'm not heard, I'm not seen. So if you have these things that are playing out because of, whatever life experiences that you've had, then it affects the kinds of experiences that you have in your everyday life. So, also like your general outlook on life.
Yeah, like how do you feel when you wake up in the morning and you're thinking about just life in general? Do you feel like it's safe and friendly and abundant, like more than just financial abundance? Like do you feel like there's an abundance of all good things for you to enjoy in life? Or do you look at life or approach it in the sense of people are just out to get you or to cheat you, or like take advantage of you, or feel like life has dealt you a losing hand? If you're having more of that negative outlook on life, then energy work could definitely help with releasing those beliefs.
Yeah. Okay, I love that. So if you have if something in the, well, let's go over these little symptoms here too. So we made a list of like, how do I know if energy work would, how do I know if I have blocks? Yeah. So the first one that I came up with was, do you ever feel like you're taking 2 steps forward, like in your business, or just with projects that you're working on, or in relationships, or your money, like maybe you make a little money and then you lose it, or you spend it unwisely, or whatever. So do you take 2 steps forward and 10 steps back? Do you notice that happening a lot? If you do, good indication that you got some blocks there.
Yeah. Or do you set goals that, like, do you set the same goals over and over and over? Like, I feel like New Year's resolution time comes up and if you're setting the same goals that you set last year and the year before, whether it's to like get to the gym once or twice a week or whatever, like, and you feel like you're making that same goal, but you're just never achieving it or never feeling like you're reaching it, there's probably some blocks there that are ready to release.
Definitely. Okay, we talked about money. That can be a big stressor. If you feel like, do you think about your past a lot? Like either past mistakes that you can't seem to let go of, or you feel really embarrassed about, or, we even work with clients that have had some, abusive experiences as children, and that can just weigh a person down so much. And even though like the experience isn't still happening, you can carry the energy of it or the heaviness of it. And that is a perfect, that's exactly what we can help like release with the work that we do. And it's powerful, and you don't have to relive it and go back and talk about it, because if you can take a breath, you can be successful in the work that we do. It's that easy.
Right. And part of how and why you don't need to relive or rehash all the details of things that are ready to release is that your energy already knows the details and everything of why it's there, and it just wants to be released. And it's one of our favorite parts because it's such a simple but powerful process to release and allow you to feel just greater love and light in your life.
So cool. All right. And then I think we talked a little bit about health. A lot of times we'll have people come to us and say, like, I don't know why I always get stomach aches at a certain time of day, or why I always get a headache at a certain time of day, or when I am around a certain person, I get a headache or a stomach ache. A lot of our health stuff can have emotional roots to them, and we can figure that out and and help release that. And so one of the things that happens is that like sometimes people will lose weight, sometimes people will just have more energy, like feel less fatigued. Brain fog is a really big one that can affect, like your belief system can really affect like how your clarity, your mental clarity. And I don't know, do you have anything else to say on that?
No, I think like the health is really, really cool. And I try to explain to people too and let them know like it doesn't cure anything. We'd never claim to cure anything with energy work, but it allows clearing the negative beliefs that are attached to anything health-wise, really allows your body to move through that process of healing so much better. And it's really complementary to any, whether it's a mild health problem or a big thing, it's so complementary to that.
I love that. It's like a support. It's just energy work is just a tool. It's like, I don't know, it's like getting a massage for your body, but this is like a massage for your energy, getting that all clean, all clear and relaxed, and, you release the tension that stored emotional heaviness can have.
Right. And I think like it being a tool really moves us into that next question about how does God fit into energy work? How does it fit into my spirituality? Because that's something we've mentioned too, like helping people understand that energy work isn't a replacement for anything that you do to personally connect with God or your higher power, whatever that is in your language, and it doesn't replace what you already do to really connect spiritually with yourself and with the world around you. But what it does do is a lot of things to enhance your spirituality.
Well, for me personally, that was one of the things that I was really skeptical of when I first heard about energy work. Like I didn't want to mess with what God did in healing, and I didn't want to assume that I was going to go someplace else for healing. And that was a big misconception that I had when I first heard about it. What I realized was that I was carrying around a lot of beliefs about not being worthy and deserving of love. That included God's love and His time and attention. And, even though I grew up in a really religious household, and it was really important to us, I felt like personally that I wasn't receiving what I thought that I should, or that I could. And what I realized was that I had these beliefs that were keeping me blocked. It wasn't that God wasn't sending down blessings to me or wasn't answering my prayers. It was I couldn't even receive, my answers because I didn't feel worthy of it. And I wasn't even aware of that until I was able to work through some of that emotional stuff, which happens really quickly with what we do.
Yeah, something that I really noticed in how energy work has really enhanced my relationship with God and spirituality is, always being taught that God loves us no matter what, and being taught about unconditional love, and that was something that God had for me and has for each of us. But little did I know that I had this subconscious belief that I wasn't worthy and deserving of unconditional love, and that was keeping me blocked from fully understanding and receiving that and knowing what that felt like and what that could look like in my life. And I think that that's a big thing for all of our clients that we've gotten to work with, is really getting rid of all the subconscious stuff, the blocks, the negative beliefs, whatever you want to call it, that gets in the way from you really being able to feel love in your life, feel the truth of God or your higher power, feeling the truth of what that is and what that really means for you in your life. And it's a really beautiful, powerful process that changes lives.
Awesome. Okay, we've got some
good
questions.
Comments and questions.
Let's see. Okay, Terry. Being aware of head talk is important to continue the clearing of negative. Good. Making space for the positive. I love that. Okay.
So all the awareness and shifts, certain blocks feel like they're still there. What's up with that? Oh, that's a good question, Terry.
Do you want to answer that one?
Yeah. So one thing sometimes I use the analogy of like a mattress spring, and kind of what I was saying before, when we come here, we're like our spring, we're really high up, and just life experiences and the way we perceive things, it weighs them down. And energy work in a session will clear a lot of stuff and it causes it to rise up. But at the time, your energy, will clear everything that's ready to clear. At the time though, it's kind of just right there, but there's still more to clear, more to allow you to rise, to really achieve your full potential and reach everything that you're wanting to achieve in your life. And so you might become more aware, and there's more to clear for you to rise even higher. That's an analogy that just I've used before. That was a thought I had with that. But there's some other things we've talked about where a lot of times after a session you feel like, that you feel like maybe you have so much more stuff than you ever realized because you become more sensitive and more aware. You're waking up to all the negative thoughts you might carry around, all the negative beliefs that you've picked up from either yourself or things other people said or your parents taught you. You get really aware, but that's all a good thing. It might be an uncomfortable process in the beginning, but it's good to allow it to come up and clear.
And my perspective too is that, it's like, when you go to work out, like you don't do one workout and be like totally fit, right? You have to keep going and you get stronger and stronger. And so as you're consistent with releasing, your emotional blocks, and you're paying attention to, the different patterns and triggers that you have, you're going to be aware at deeper and deeper levels. And so, Hillary and I are trained in Simply Healed, as well as Tina, the other coach on our team. And so, through that process, through that technique that we are trained in, like it gets things at really deep levels, but it also, it is creating more space for you to be more aware. And so it's not that the same blocks are coming up over and over again. It's just that you're having a deeper awareness. And as I know, Terry is like an amazing businesswoman. So what we've noticed with our business clients is that the bigger your goals are, like the more, like the deeper the stuff starts to come up, so that you can, so that your, like your capacity, like your belief capacity is always expanding. And that's what it may feel like, that the blocks are coming up. It's not they're resurfacing, it's just that you're expanding. And you have to keep clearing in order for that to get bigger and bigger, which means your success gets bigger and bigger and life just gets a lot more fun. Okay, let's see. How does one become an energy coach?
That's an excellent question. I mean, there are different modalities of energy work, and like Jen mentioned, we're trained in Simply Healed, which I'm biased because I'm certified in Simply Healed, but of all the energy modalities that I've experienced, Simply Healed is the most like comprehensive, and it just gets at so many things on a really deep level, and I've really loved that. So to become trained in Simply Healed, there's
a link on my website at jenpolson.com that will connect you right to the Simply Healed website. And so Carolyn Cooper is who we trained with. She's amazing. And, if you have any other questions about that, feel free to request a call, and I'm totally happy to work through that with you and mentor you on that, because we need lots more people that are doing this kind of work in the world and bringing more light and just, I don't know. So does anyone else have any other questions? Because we're going to get ready to sign off here in a second.
Susan, too, like part of becoming an energy coach, at least in Simply Healed, it does entail like online training and some live training too. And you do things for certification. So there's like that stuff, but
right. It's a lot of support there, and
kind of what you would think and expect to get certified in most things.
Cool. So do you want to just wrap up and just like give an overall just how energy coaching or healing has helped you?
Sure. I would love it. I smile because I think I could write a book on it now, because it has helped me in so many ways and on so many levels, and I have Jen to thank, and hopefully I will get through it without getting emotional, but it's okay, emotions are good, right? But Jen's the one that introduced me to Simply Healed. I had some experience with some other energy work, but I didn't realize how much it could help me. And for me at the time, I didn't even realize how much I needed it until Jen asked me, kind of the questions the things that we talked about with, how do I know if I need it? And she asked me, well, what things stress you out? What challenges are you finding in your life, looking at patterns? And I took some time to think about that and write some stuff down before our session. I had this long list of everything from feeling really tired and going through some health things that were really hard for me to kind of figure out, I don't know, just how it was affecting my life, and figuring out how to be positive and have a good perspective on it. And everything from that to feeling really stressed out at my job. I didn't enjoy my work. I didn't feel aligned with my purpose. And part of that story is that I wasn't doing Simply Healed, and that's something that's part of my purpose. That, and then, gosh, there were more, but the big things feel like health and stress at work were really big for me. And after my very first session, I honestly didn't know what to think at first. After leaving and coming away from the session, I felt good, but I didn't know. I was like, okay, that was really good, and I didn't know what else to think. And then I went back to work the next day, and it changed the way I looked at my job and the way my interactions were with my coworkers and with the students I worked with. That changed completely. So I saw that right away, and then over time, I've found this amazing sense of peace in my life about everything. And people are always like, oh, I love how calm and peaceful you are, because I kind of am that way. But I know that that's like really real and sound because of Simply Healed and because of sessions and doing energy work. And yeah, honestly, I could talk forever about how it's changed my life, but you guys have lives and schedules and and so do we, but
So
it's been a blessing.
I want to just share a couple things, how it's affected me. And I'll tell you that my main motivation in getting into it, as I realized like how much we pick up on as kids, like as a mom, I started becoming really worried about my kids and what did I do to mess their lives up, and oh, I yelled at them this, about this or that, and how are they gonna, what belief do they have about themselves now? So my main motivation was to undo, like just unravel the, whatever I caused, whatever turmoil I caused in my own children's lives. But it's helped me as a mom be more patient. It's helped me in my marriage, like see my husband differently, as we go through the ups and downs in marriage and family. I can take a step back, and I can realize, okay, this doesn't, my frustration doesn't even have anything to do with him. This has something to do with, some kind of childhood pain that I need to let go of. And I don't feel offended like I used to. I don't feel as judgmental as I used to be. I'm able to let that go, and I'm more honest with myself. And of course, like finding my purpose and living my purpose is the best benefit ever. Like just feeling like I'm doing what I'm meant to do here, and I have confidence in it, and that confidence grows all the time. And that's how we want to help everybody who's ready to make those changes and take those steps, and really understanding how amazing you are and that you have so much to offer. And if it's covered up by emotional junk, we're here. We'll have lots of fun helping you. So go to the website, go to jenpolson.com, check out our programs. If you have questions, please request a call on the website. We want to talk to you. We want to get to know you. We want to see if what we have to offer is going to be beneficial to you, even though we know it will.
Yeah.
So,
but those calls are so good. If you have specific stuff that you're wondering, what would be the best thing for me? What do I need? Jen is so good at identifying what that is, which one of our programs is good for you. It's really, just do it. If you're thinking maybe I should, definitely do it.
So, all right. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks
for
Michelle.
being here, and we'll see you next time. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.